Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP Ripple. Want to do another TA update and want to really highlight two things here. So one thing that is worth keeping in mind, while Ripple XRP increased quite a bit in value, it still is below the dollar line, so below a key resistance line at the moment. However, despite the SEC lawsuit and despite the chart looking quite weak in general, and we're taking a look at that in a minute, Ripple has had a very successful year. So XRP is up almost 120% from the day prior to the SEC's lawsuit. So, and even despite the fact that many of the largest exchanges were delisting the token, for example, Coinbase. So that's highly interesting. I mean, as I said in previous videos, Ripple, they just carry on. They just carry on. They do their stuff. They build partnerships. They've got their investment. They've got their investment dashboard that they're going to develop here for institutions. Then they work on these payment corridors, and they are picking up. The transactions are picking up like crazy. And the next big date to watch out for Ripple is the 19th of January. That will be the next day of the lawsuit. And what they did say, there was a whale alert issued a few days ago because I think around 2 billion XRP tokens were moved just a few days ago, and just within 2 days. So, do the whales know something that could happen on the 19th of January? So I don't know, but I expect this lawsuit to be finished and settled, and in whatever way, finished next year. And I think then, because it is sort of a burden on the Ripple price and on the Ripple chart and on Ripple in general, this could really help them out a lot, and just wanted to highlight that. So even though the chart generally doesn't look that strong, I mean, we see that if we zoom out, just purely by looking at the chart, you can see that it actually, we didn't make a new high after May. We were still far below the all-time high that we did a few years ago. I mean, we have broken out of this downtrend to the upside now, but we're still below a dollar. We lost the dollar level again. Also early in the year, where many cryptos broke out of this cup and handle shape here that you can still see on the chart here. It was sort of a cup and handle that did form at the time, where you have the cup here and the handle. While XRP tried to break out, it sort of failed, yeah. And then we started to drop with Bitcoin down all the way, and we did come into my target area that I mentioned when we were up here, of around between 50 cents and 70 cents, yeah. So we did come into it, and I did say before I would expect the price to come back in there again. Now, we did now break above this descending trend line, but we haven't broken above the dollar level. I think had we broken above the dollar and stayed there, I would say, this is the low for now. We've seen the low, and we're going to carry on. Until then, I just have to assume that we might see it again before we move up. But what I primarily actually expect is that we're now following Bitcoin up in this year-end rally that I did mention after the flash crash here as well, that we're going to see a relief rally here before we drop down once more in this final sell-off for Bitcoin that I expect actually still. And again, I can't stress it enough, just because I expect that for Bitcoin, and just because the Elliott Waves tell me, the analysis tells me that there will be a final sell-off for Bitcoin when we reach the 55 to 63k level. This does not need to play out. There is never certainty. There is only probabilities, and it can play out differently. So be prepared for both scenarios. Always be. That's crucial in any financial market. You always have to be prepared for any scenario, or at least for the most likely ones. And for me, my primary scenario is that for XRP here, that it follows Bitcoin up, maybe does another 30% up. We could do that, what Bitcoin might do as well, and then drop down here once more into this yellow target area, maybe even drop a little bit lower, to be honest. That would be possible, because we have already reached this, we already reached the 0.887 FIB level, so there isn't much more where we could go to. Yes, we could potentially drop to 50 cents. We should really stay in here. We should really stay in here. But that's what I think. I think we have, we are in this larger ABC correction. But within this, I think what we're doing here is we're coming down, we're moving up, the same pattern that Bitcoin is doing as well here. So we're moving down impulsively, we correct, and then we move down impulsively again. That is exactly what Bitcoin is doing as well. And how would I expect the price to land for XRP? Just to show you that as well. We do that retracement here. So I would expect now in this move up that the price could land, I'll put on the chart, in the area here between the 0.786 and the 0.5 fib level, yeah, in between here. So between 120 and 97 cents, yeah. That is where I would expect the price to land in this move up. We're already nearly there, yeah, we're already nearly there. So we're not too far off, but I think we need to break that $1 level. That would be important for XRP to really move higher here before we then, however, that would what I would primarily expect before we then move down once more in the final sell-off. But after that then, and I would suggest that plays out over the Q1 next year, and then towards the end of Q1 maybe that we then hit the low here and really move out of this low and move all the way up here into areas of well, at least I would expect a $2 level next year. $2, $2.33, $2.89 maybe even, you know, and possibly even higher. I mean, just imagine this, the boost that XRP could get if that SEC case is closed. There could be so much focus on XRP, and that is when all the news will come out, and sort of not many people like to talk about XRP, it feels like at the moment, but I think this could be really big in next year. I mean, even now, even though we moved up from the low here, we've already increased something like 70% already. I think this is still a great price, and even if we drop once more, this is a great price, and I would personally buy in at these levels. This is a good price considering what might be coming for XRP. Of course, it's more risky because, you know, you don't really know the outcome of the SEC case. You know, it could also be negative for XRP. But I think there is so much happening in the space, and the technology develops, and they have these payment corridors, and they cooperate with major banks. They cooperate with the the high finance. So I don't think there is too much risk. Also, it's one of the largest market cap cryptos anyway. And if we take a look at the indicators here on the daily, yes, we have moved up quite a bit, but we are still not overbought on the daily. We're only like 53, sitting here at 53 at the moment. And the MACD is also showing a bullish cross. However, because we haven't moved above $1, we see a slowdown of the uptrend. So, you know, it could actually be that XRP, because the chart generally was quite weak throughout the year, you know, at least sort of in the second half of the year, that we might actually not see a price above $1. So, you know, we with this wick here to $1.07, that you can actually, is it $1.07? Let me just correct. I think we were, no, it was only $1.01. We've actually come into this target area, and this would be enough based on the Elliott Wave method to retrace here into this target area. We already came into it basically, and that would all be valid then to expect another move down. So it would have been enough from an Elliott Wave point of view, that retracement to the upside here, before we then move further down in a final correction and a final sell-off. So yeah, we're also still below the 55-day EMA, so we would need to move above that. That's currently at 95 cents. That's why we're squeezed here between these EMAs. So it will be difficult for XRP to come out of that. But there might be a lot of speculation, you know, happening before the 19th of January, before that court case. But I guess people will rather wait. So yeah, it is one of the weaker charts at the moment, you know, compared to Phantom, which has just gone through all the resistance levels here. Even Cardano has started to pick up really, you know, and XRP hasn't yet. But I think, you know, watch the 19th of January, and I really think XRP is at a great price. And people already know that when we already then at some point at 130, 140, 150, then people will ask, is it too late to buy into XRP? It also means, you know, believing in a project, buying at these levels here, and especially should we drop once more lower, buying then. That is, you know, people really need to believe in the project to do it, but this is where you can earn a lot of money, you know, and this is no financial advice, but I think anywhere down here, these are great prices considering what XRP is doing, how XRP is growing, and looking into a very positive outlook in 2022, I think. So that's my view on Ripple XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.